option. There's that. It's chilly here today.
Oh, I'm like so not good at this. Like now, like just like the the chilliness. I'm just
Yeah.
not good at.
I worked by the fireplace this morning because like I have not turned on the heat yet. So I'm like, I'm still not turning it on. So I just went down by the fireplace and worked.
Totally have turned on the heat.
Can't do it yet. I will soon though, because it's gonna be cold all week. I'm scared to look at social media. I'm scared our coach is gonna get poached.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because all these coaches are getting fired, and like I love our coach, but I know he's gonna go to a bigger school. Yeah, story of my life. Being a Mizzou fan's tough. Hey, Simon. Man, got a frog in my throat. Listener questions. We got a lot in the emails. We're set there. That's good. All right. Instagram looks to be working. Thomas is here. Simon's here. We're on early.
Yes, it's the UK special.
It is. It's a European special. That's right. What's funny is a lot of our European friends are at Walt Disney World right now. Mohawk's there right now. I saw that Alex is there right now with his family.
Oh, that's funny.
Clubhouse is like lit. It's just constantly going this weekend. Oh, I feel something under my ribs. See, I got getting these phantom pains thinking that thing's getting jammed. Not, but I'm like, oh, I mean, it was big. I mean, it was big. It could easily get jammed. I gotta take my mind off this. Yes, we're trying to mix it up here. When Ricky's not available, we the cat's away, we play. All right, here we go. So let's get a question. And I think we can start. Here we go. So this is 20. Oh, I should actually write down the numbers. This will be 2787, and the next one will be 2789. That is unbelievable.
It's nuts.
We've done 2,700, almost 2,800 shows. That's wild.
It's a ton.
That is a lot. We're over. Make sure your mic's not banging on something. It's hitting. I think it's rocking or something.
Maybe I probably don't have the thing underneath it. Actually, I usually put something underneath it to try to offer a little bit. It's a very scientific. I use a like catalog or a magazine.
Whatever. That's perfect. That's why I used to use like when I was DJing and stuff.
Like, oh my gosh.
It's yeah. It's like think of it back when we used to have the CD players in our cars. Remember that?
Yeah.
You had one of those, right?
Oh yes, we had a multi-disc.
Like I had the single one that like had the
Yeah.
thing put into the tape player, and like I remember like carrying a pillow in my car because I was kept trying to keep the CD from skipping when they first came out. It would skip no matter what.
I know. And then remember at some point, like I remember I got my last couple cars had like a multi-disc thing, which I never used because by that point you had, you know, like an iPod or something, right? That did it. But I was always like, they're like, it holds 8 CDs. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, how does that even work?
I know some people had those like it went in the trunk, I think. Like you'd load it up with
originally they were in the trunk and then they were just right from the little thing. Which I've never put in more than one. If I even put in one in the last cars that I had those in.
Yeah, my Jeep has a CD player in it.
Does it really?
Yeah, but I've never put a CD in it that I know of.
Yeah.
2012. Yeah, it does have a CD player, though. Now that I think about it,
I don't know. The most used thing I use in my car, and always it's been the last 3 or 4 cars, the seat warmer. Yeah,
yeah, I don't have seat warmers.
Oh, they're so nice, especially on your lower back. It's like
Pam does. No, Pam's car. She has, and so does Mallory in her car. Mallory's got seat warmers. So when I get in either one of their cars, I'm just like, oh yeah, heat up the tush. Yeah, exactly.
100%. And now this car has the seat cooler too.
Oh my god, yeah. Mine is just and you're just gonna be whatever it is in that Jeep. I don't even know. There's like cloth seats because it's a Jeep. You know, it's like it's crap, but it's fun. I love it. Whatever. All right, let's do 2787. Here we go. Welcome to episode 2787 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're getting ready for a big Halloween a couple of days from now. Again, the big reminder we give every year this time of year is if you're listening to the show on Friday, a couple days late, heading home from work, school, wherever you're out running errands, slow it down, especially on Friday. Be careful. Watch the ghosts and goblins out there that are getting the candy because they're going to be excited. They're going to be pumped up to get out there trick-or-treating, especially on a Friday. Maybe they've been in school all week. They've been talking about all the fun they're going to have on Halloween night. They're not going to be paying attention to crossing the streets. They're going to go zigzag, even though mom and dad or grandma and grandpa said, stay on one side of the street and then go down the other side. That's what you're supposed to do. They won't. So just slow down, be careful. Let's let everybody have a fun, safe Halloween, get all the candy. And you know what? If older kids come by your house, give them candy. You know what? They're not egging your house. They're not TPing your house. They're just trying to be kids. Let's have a good time on Friday night. But right now, we're going to get you going with some listener questions, some fun Disney talk. And joining me today for a European special, if you're tuned in live, I love these things. Pam Forrester, co-owner of the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Halloween a little bit early, Pam. What's up?
Happy Halloween. Yeah, I know. I remember at one point when I was much younger, I would be like, the kids that show up that don't even have like a costume, I'm always sort of like, hey, what are you? Like, what are you trying to be here? But then I was like, someone said, yeah, but they aren't doing something else. Like they aren't out there like causing havoc and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you're right.
It's true.
I don't care.
I look back, right? And my story, by the way, just don't forget tonight, if you're listening to this on Wednesday night, we're doing a live call-in show that's going to air in the Friday slot this week. And the regular Friday show is going to air Monday. It's all kinds of confusing. But if you're tuned in and listening to the show on Wednesday, tonight on Wednesday night, we're going to do a live call-in show at 7:00 Eastern, 6:00 Central, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch. You can tune in any of those places. And we're just going to talk about our Halloween stories from when we were kids, favorite costumes, Halloween parties at school. I'm going to talk about when I used to work at the skating rink, some of the cool stuff we did there. We made a coffin. It was awesome. We had a coffin in the skating rink. Oh, yeah, it was great. We did all kinds of crazy stuff. So call in with your stories. We'll air that on Friday for a Halloween special because it actually lands on Halloween. But tune in tonight. But yeah, Halloween, like when I was a kid, there were many Halloweens, actually like 3 or 4 that I missed because I had asthma really bad as a kid. And that, like in the fall of the year, when the leaves would start falling and then they would be on the ground and it would rain and it would get wet, that like triggered my asthma really bad. And there were so many Halloweens, like I was either in the hospital or in the ER or something like that. So I missed a lot of Halloweens. So you know what? I did go trick-or-treating when I was like in middle school. We did. I mean, I missed out a bunch of times, but it was fun.
Yeah, agreed. But you know what happens on Halloween night? You get to start decorating for Christmas.
Oh, see, you jumped on that a couple weeks ago.
I did because I'm going to be gone, but
yes. My wife doesn't let me do that. I want to, like, I kind of want to, but then I do try to hold off, like even on the Christmas music till around Thanksgiving. I don't usually hold off anymore because one of the reasons I got Sirius XM back in the day was just for all the Sirius XM channels. I love them.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't do November 1st, but I can never make it to Thanksgiving, especially this year because it's so late. Because I know it's on my birthday this year, so there's no way I'm making it till the 27th. That's just because what it does, it just condenses the season, and I'm a huge Christmas nut, so that's terrible.
Yeah, I like to have, like, by the time people are coming here for Thanksgiving, I like to have the decorations up then. So
see, that's my wife's argument because her house is so small. She's like, dude, we cannot have the tree up. Like, we cannot fit my entire family for Thanksgiving and a Christmas tree. Like that's where we put the chairs. I'm like, we have our folding chairs.
Yeah.
So that's where the folding chairs to the basement go where the tree is. So that's why we have to wait till Black Friday. Anyway, let's answer listener questions. We're trying to solve all the problems of the world, but we got to get to Disney problems. So here we go. Robin's got a question. Hey, BOGP crew. We are planning a trip to Disney World for the last few days of December. And I have a few questions. We're staying at the Riviera. Our 2-year-old daughter loves meeting the characters, and I'm hoping to get a reservation for Topolino's character breakfast. Are there character meals where the characters are dressed in seasonal attire? Since we'll be there after Christmas, I want to take advantage of anything seasonal. All right, let's stop there. So where she's going to be there after Christmas into December, where might she find seasonal attire for character meals?
So Minnie's Hollywood and Vine, the mini meal there is where that actually shifted not that long ago to strictly sort of a seasonal, kind of things. For that, it used to vary between like mini seasonal and other characters, but now I believe it's just going to be the ones that do get dressed up. So you should be able to get something there. It's at Hollywood and Vine in Hollywood Studios. I'm not aware of other specific meals where they do that. Remember, they used to do like backyard barbecue, and that wasn't like Christmas attire, but it was, that was sort of a Thanksgiving thing. But I don't think that there are other meals where they dress seasonally.
I was trying to think around. Like, what's the place at Beach Club? They don't change, do they?
No, Cape May, they just do the beach
all the time. Yeah, and even Topolino's, they wear like the artistic, like the French outfit.
Yes.
It seemed like they could like accent them a little, like with hats or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that wouldn't be too hard, but I guess they don't. They should.
And then, but I think like then some people get upset because like they want to see them in the traditional stuff. You know what I mean? Like, because think about when they have up like the seasonal decor, then some people are irritated because they can't get a picture without the seasonal decor. I'm like, I don't know that Disney can win in this space because they're either putting them up too late or too early.
So let me ask you this though. Say you were the Disney CEO for the day and that question came to your desk. Like,
yes.
Okay, we have this. Somebody's proposing at Topolino's Terrace from Thanksgiving to New Year's Day. We don't totally throw out their costumes where they're like, the French artists kind of looking. People love those costumes, but we throw like a Santa hat on them and maybe, some like garland on, like a necklace or something on Minnie or, kind of just make them a little Christmassy holiday looking. Well, I mean, I say yay.
I would do that. Yeah, for sure. I would say yes.
I mean, like if you can't, let's be a little bit flexible on that, even if it is your once in a 5-year trip. I mean, that's you came during Christmas.
You went when you went. I know. So I'll give you some other suggestions though for that, because so many you may not be able to get the characters in that, but you will be able to see all the resorts sort of dressed up and you'll be able to get great pictures with your family there. So make sure you head on over to, all the resorts there around the Epcot area, Beach Club, Yacht Club, Boardwalk, all great. And you'll be able to take the Skyliner from the Riv right over to there. So, don't worry about that. And then also all the resorts that are on the monorail line are also worth checking out too. And I'm so excited to see what that Grand Floridian lobby will look like when it is all done. I mean, the carpet's there and that has been done. I see where the bar is going to go. It was so funny. I was talking with my parents about this because they had just gone down to Walt Disney World. And I was telling my mom that they were putting a bar in the lobby. And she's like, didn't they used to have a bar there? And I said, they used to have bar service. There used to be someone who would come around and get drinks and bring you a drink in the lobby.
It's a super deluxe resort that feels very, very
right.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it does. But this bar, I think, will sort of add another focal point there. And I think it'll be, I think they're doing a good job of sort of marrying the Mary Poppins theme and those colors with the Victorian thing. So lots of stuff to look forward to there. But all the resorts, I think, on the monorail line are worth seeing. And of course, you have to stop at the Wilderness Lodge. So
I love, if you get a chance, go through the campground. Those
yes,
that's my aesthetic. That's St. Peter's, Missouri, brought to Walt Disney World. Right?
I know those folks are crazy.
They're awesome. Yeah. That carpet at the Grand Floridian, I got to see it in person. Can't wait to see it in January. 10 short weeks away, coming up on this weekend, 10 weekends away. God, it's crazy. But it reminds me of the Disney Treasure, that carpet. Like
I can see that. Like it's so much more colorful.
Bold. Like, and I'm all about color. Like, I don't want to be in subtle. Like I've said that. So I got to see. At first, I didn't like it at all. I was like, I saw the first pictures. I'm like, whoa. But I think I got to see it in person.
And once you get all the furniture on it and stuff,
I got to see it. It's just it was shocking. It was first. I was like, whoa, well, here we go. All right, it's your second question. I think I know the answer to my second question, but here goes. My son loves Gus and Cinderella. Are there special opportunities to meet the mice from Cinderella? I think they only appear during race events and maybe park parties like Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Are there other locations to meet Cinderella other than Cinderella's Royal Table? I think my husband may have had a heart episode if we go too frequently. So I'm trying to space out our reservations there. Who says marriage isn't about compromise? Thanks for all you do and the time you take each week to share the magic. Warmest regards, Robin is in Queens, New York City. So what about the mice? I've rarely seen the mice, but I have seen Cinderella up in towns. No, where have I seen? I have gotten pictures with Cinderella, like in a
Princess Fairy Tale Hall.
Yes,
isn't she there sometimes? Yeah.
Sometimes I have. Yes.
Yeah, it is. And of course, I mean, Cinderella's Royal Table. And the other thing is that when you're in the lobby waiting to go up to Cinderella's Royal Table, the mice are actually in the stone up there. Ask someone to show you, because that's kind of a cool little thing. The other thing is, I believe it is in, those arches that are into like sort of new fantasy land. If you look back towards the castle, I believe that the mice are in there too. These are just, I mean, not the mice, not the big mice, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but they're those little, little nods to them. And
yeah,
those are kind of fun to get the pictures with. Like nobody knows they're here, but they're kind of in plain sight. I love those kind of little, what do they call them? Like little carrots. Okay. Brittany's got a question. Hey, BOGP, I've been listening since April of 2025 when I was searching for a review of Caribbean Beach Resort in podcasts. Hey, I love how people find our show.
Right?
I'm big with Caribbean Beachers. All right. That sounds good. One listen and I have been hooked ever since.
Oh, that's nice.
That rocks. We live in Northern California, so visit Disneyland the most often. We have also done Walt Disney World twice as well as 2 Disney cruises, the Wonder in Alaska and the Magic in the Bahamas. Next June, we're headed to the Bahamas again on the Fantasy. So excited because it seems to be a favorite ship of Mike's. I do love the Fantasy. That's just a good one. But I get to see the Destiny here soon, which is going to be fun. So wait for confirmation email, but let's go. Anyway, with the great Walt Disney World deal that just came out, I booked us some nights in a Fort Wilderness cabin immediately after the cruise. It kills me to travel that far and not visit Walt Disney World. My question is, are we going to be miserable in June? I went back and re-listened to Scotty's episode at Fort Wilderness over Thanksgiving, and the emphasis seemed to be don't go in the summer. It feels like I love Disney no matter what the weather, but I'm setting my non-Disney loving husband and 3 young children up for failure. I'd love to hear how to make the most of a June visit. P.S. I ran the Disneyland Double Dare in February and never spotted Hot Dog Mike, but we'll try again next year. Love the show. Thanks again if you made it this far. So Hot Dog Mike will be running the Disneyland Double Dare again this year. So I don't know how you miss me though. I mean, I'm a 6'5" hot dog. It's for real hard to miss. But I only run the 5K in the hot dog, so that's not part of the Double Dare.
Right.
That's why you probably miss me.
Right.
I run as a hot dog in the 5K, and I just run as Mike Rallman, who's more conspicuous in the 10 and a half because I just want to get them done. Get her done. But I hope to see you. I'll be in the lizard shirt, so come find me if you can. Okay, so June, it's hot. I mean, but a cabin's going to be awesome too, and lots to do. Maybe rent the golf cart and tool around over there too. But I mean, it's not miserable at all. You're at Walt Disney World.
It's not. I will say we go every summer. We usually end up going a couple times because Hannah's off school and all of that. So it's just it's a time that we can go. And there are many days where it's about the same temperature that it is at home here in Pennsylvania, or very close to it. So, and there's much nicer pools there. So you'll have the pools there at Fort Wilderness to go ahead and take advantage of. But there are so many fun things to do in that Fort Wilderness area. Plus you can take the boat over to Wilderness Lodge or over to the Magic Kingdom. And I think that that's a big plus too. The other big pluses for the Fort Wilderness Cabin is, of course, you have a full kitchen there. And I think that's, such a huge plus for that, because even if you're going to, eat out dinner every day, you still have other meals that you can sort of grab something there at the cabin. And I think that's worth it too. Also, they said that if you're, booking travel for next year, that during the summer months, which we're assuming would be June, although we have not gotten specific dates yet, that there will be a free water park ticket included on the first day of your stay at a Walt Disney World resort. So that means when you get off the cruise, maybe you'll want to go right to one of the water parks and use that. Not a better way to spend a day than at a Disney water park for sure. So take advantage of that.
When you bring that up, and I think that lines up perfectly for people that are disembarking a cruise in Port Canaveral, because with the time you get off the cruise, say you're off the ship 8:30-ish, 60-minute ride over to Walt Disney World. I mean, you're getting there right about the time the water park opens. So you're going to get that full, if you're going to check in there, you're going to almost get the full day and get that full free day with that, if you're staying there post cruise. I think that is a great, great value add for folks that are doing cruises.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that was one of the things that they really were looking at when they wanted to make something that was beneficial to guests. And I think, honestly, it has given me sort of a new appreciation for the Disney water parks. I think maybe I'd not forgotten about them, because that they're there, but didn't make them a priority. And now I will say, that's something that I know that we really enjoyed. So.
All right, Sean's here on Facebook as we record live here on a Monday afternoon. He says, quick question regarding PhotoPass. We have 2 trips planned for 2026. One's in April, the other's in December. We will be buying park hoppers with both trips. Any recommendations for PhotoPass? Do we have to buy a separate PhotoPass package for each trip, or there's something that covers the entire trip? Unfortunately, you got to buy Memory Maker dose. Go for dose. Yeah, I wish there was, but yeah, I mean, and the annual passes have the thing where you buy it for the year, but with Magic Your Way tickets, you have to buy it each package.
It's worth it though. Really, it's under $200. I think it's such a great add-on to your trip. If I were going to do one add-on, in addition to Park Hopper, of course, because how I feel about Park Hopper. We're BFFs, me and Park Hopper.
You would feel very closed in if you didn't have it.
I'd feel trapped.
Yes.
Those shows that we do, Trapped in the Magic Kingdom? Yes, that would be me, trapped in the Magic
all the air
Kingdom.
out of your day. Yes.
But PhotoPass is the other thing that I would always buy. And the reason why is not only do you get the ride photos and videos, but you also get I think photos that you didn't expect to get. There's always something, that we get in there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, look at how cute this is. You know what I mean? And then you see it and it's a good thing. So.
All right, let's get to the next question. Emily says, listener question, adult lounges for next week. So let's hop on this one. Hey guys, hope you're doing great. I'm excited for an adult girls only trip this Sunday at the beautiful Grand Floridian. She'll be checking out the carpet. We are all annual pass holders from New Jersey and are thrilled to get away a few days and enjoy some Disney magic together. We want to check out the new Geo 82 Lounge and Beacon Barrel. Any suggestions on snagging a last minute reservation? We keep checking the app and we'll continue to do so, but do they take walk-ups? Any advice you can give so we can check out these new spots would be great. And to spark conversation, I would love to hear your must-do lounges / bars for a girls trip. We love Enchanted Rose, but we want to try some new spots. Thanks so much for bringing that Disney magic to the Northeast. Love the show. Awesome. So last minute reservations. I mean, you just got to keep checking that out, because I know even over this this past weekend, I saw some of our runners getting them day of for Geo 82. Like I said, boom, got one. It's a miracle, but sometimes you can.
I agree. If you want to try a walk up, my best advice is to try when they first open. And just let them know, you're available to do it anytime. And I think that that's one of the best ways to get a walk up, is to always just to be there as soon as it opens. So.
And we have the expert here, but I'm going to put out, we don't talk about it very much anymore. Trader Sam's at the Polynesian, probably the best lounge on property still. I mean, might even still be better than Geo 82 and Beacon Barrel. I think people just sleep on it now because you got new stuff. I mean, it's still so cool. It is though. I mean, it's kind of like it's an homage to the OG over in Disneyland. It's just fun. But I haven't been in Beacon Barrel either. You know, Geo82 was amazing. Geo82 is more laid back. It's more just like it's chill. Like Trader Sam's is kind of more like you're sitting
a show.
In a room. Yeah, it's more in your face.
Right. For sure.
Girl trip, like in your face would be fine. I think that'd be kind of fun with girl trip. Right?
Agreed. Yes, I agree. Some of my other favorite lounges are, I really love the Bellevue Lounge over at the Boardwalk. There's just something about it. It is one of the few lounges that actually doesn't serve like food. It's just drinks because they don't have a kitchen. But that one's worth really checking out. I like it. I would also say the bar over at the Cake Bake Shop. That's a really cool location. And if you aren't doing the Cake Bake Shop, it is absolutely worth going for. You got to try. There's a few of their drinks that are really good, but the Black Swan, the Espresso Martini is the one that they're sort of known for in that space. And I always like going to the bar at Homecoming. I think that although that's a bar, not necessarily a lounge, but a bar in the restaurant, I think that that's worth checking out too. There's something fun about sitting there at the bar. You can actually order from the whole menu there if you want to. So that's something to consider as well.
That's another super chill, this atmosphere. Just
it is. And a good playlist. Like it just fits with that restaurant. So
all right. I'm just in my rib protector here in the middle of the show. All right. See, we got a question from Carl. He says, this is Carl from Franklin, Tennessee, with another question for the gang. I always enjoy the show, and you all do a fantastic job. Thanks, Carl. We appreciate that. Still mad about the Commodores beating my Tigers, but a couple inches, and you're probably a Vol fan anyway, so it's okay. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on what Disney movie you believe still deserves an attraction or more of a presence at Walt Disney World and or Disneyland Resort once you factor in all the upcoming changes and additions. My list starts with Up. We trying to make everybody sad.
Right.
It also includes Wall-E. That's kind of sad at the beginning too. And Lilo and Stitch. I imagine Up is a similar ride to Peter Pan, but on a balloon, and you could go in any and it could go in any park. Wall-E could be an attraction for Tomorrowland, or either replacing Mission Space or the unused building next to it. I guess it'd be Wonders of Life. See, for Lilo and Stitch, I could envision a theme retheming the Crush and Gusher at Typhoon Lagoon to become the Hawaiian roller coaster ride. Now, I do like that. That'd be an easy IP over at Typhoon Lagoon. Make that.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, see that makes. That's what I wouldn't even get mad at because I couldn't get. That was hot right there. That was
Typhoon Lagoon could be a whole Stitch overlay.
It could, but that like Crush and Gusher is the Hawaiian roller coaster ride, dude. That's too good. Like that right there, that was smoking, dude. I didn't even see that one coming. That one just hit me like a fire, like a Haley's Comet. It smoked me in the side of the head. That's good. Carl's got it. He says after those three, some of my underrated picks are Bolt, Bambi, Lady and the Tramp, and my long shot of long shots, Pete's Dragon. They don't need to be rides, but the characters and music would add some nostalgia and an homage to Disney history. On another topic, and again, maybe a show idea, are there any places outside of Walt Disney World that you ever go to visit in Orlando? I'm particularly curious about Discovery Cove. I have had several fantastic experiences visiting that park, and Pam, Ricky, and Scott may have as well. The other place I'm curious if you have visited is Beefy Kingdom in downtown Orlando. The few times I've driven through St. Louis, I always stop at a Lion's Choice, and I've heard you speak positively about them as well. Beefy King is just as good, maybe even slightly better because of a few more sandwich options and the presence of great tater tots. Okay, now tater tots is my love language, so now we're talking. Next time an email I may share about growing up in SoCal and our family going to Disneyland every year from the mid-'60s, Adventures Through Inner Space, America Sings, Rocket to the Moon, the Mule Ride, Rainbow Cavern Train, so many memories. Wish all of you the best for the upcoming holiday season, Carl. Carl came in hot with that email.
I'll say, for sure.
Beefy King and the Hawaiian roller coaster ride. I love this. But Pam, I mean, I don't see a lot of movies, but I mean, is there a movie that you've ever thought like it's just I can't believe there's not more of a presence here in the park?
Yeah, and it's actually sort of a sleeper of a movie too, but every time I watch it, I laugh so hard, and that's The Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I mean, it's got a following because in our clubhouse,
so,
people are always posting memes about that thing. There was
yeah,
one today with llamas or something. Or
yes, gets
something.
turned into a llama. Yeah. And there's a scene in it where Yzma says to Kronk, like, pull the lever, Kronk, and it comes into this whole thing. And that could absolutely be a thrill attraction. I see that. I really love that movie. I think that it's so clever. Parts of it are so clever. And also just on a personal level, I love Hercules. And I think that, first of all, the music is fantastic. So would love to see more of that. But just like the whole idea that he sort of earns becoming, a hero in that space. And I think that that's a really cool thing. And then in Disneyland, they actually have much more of a following than they do in World, in terms of opportunities for it. But I love Big Hero 6, and I think there are so many ways that could be an attraction or a show or something like that. And finally, rounding it out, Meet the Robinsons, I think is a really cool movie too. Lots of great little Easter eggs in that one that I would like to see as well. There's so many. I like so many of the animated movies. It's actually one of the reasons why I keep Disney Plus, even though we probably don't watch it as often as we should, to justify keeping it around. But I like that. So all of that. And then the Orlando stuff. So it's funny because we actually had plans to think about going to, there's an Orlando food sort of like co-op that I actually wanted to go to, but that has a bunch of different restaurants. There's a show called, I think it's called Feeding Phil. And it has one of the producers, Somebody Feed Phil. And it has one of the producers from Everyone Loves Raymond on there, but it just shows him going to different locations. Go ahead and watch the episode from Orlando, because he goes to some cool places there. But for those of you who don't know, the original Gideon's is actually in Orlando. And you can go there and get cookies and cake and other stuff and not have to wait online for it, which is awesome. And one of the big pluses. So if you want to check out the original Gideon's, check that one out.
The coolest place I've been to in Orlando, and it doesn't exist anymore. And I swear it was like I thought I had a fever dream. I looked this up on, and it's even hard to find online. Like I found a page, but it was like a dead link that went to some other dead link. But I finally found like a paragraph online about it, and it was a tiki bar.
The Wiki Watchy.
It was like a tiki bar that was super small, and it was like in a parking lot of like a Walmart or something. And it was cast members, and like cast members frequented this place. It was tiny. There wasn't even like a bathroom in it, I don't think.
Oh, wow.
With some friends when I was working at Space Camp, a couple of them were seasonal cast members, and they took us there. And I mean, it only held maybe 20 people. I can't remember. Like it was a strip mall, like it was like kind of in the parking lot. But like on all the walls were like paraphernalia from like cast members, like name tags and all kinds of wild stuff, like even underwear. And it was wild. It was weird. But it was like bras and stuff. But I was like, this is why I think it was a fever dream. But you went in there, they didn't even have a kitchen. Like they didn't have a kitchen. So like people would just bring food in. Like you're allowed to just bring your own food in and eat it there because they didn't have a kitchen, but people get drinks. It was super small. It was like in this hut. I got to find the name of it again. We went there and it was cool though, because they had like really cool, like, cast member name tags and like pictures on the wall. It kind of reminded me of like in the Right Stuff movie from 81 where they have the Ponchos bar at the beginning. But I mean, that looked like way fancier than this. But then it got knocked over in like a hurricane right after that. So it's been gone forever. So, but then I started thinking about that. I was like, I think I went to that place, and like I started research. I couldn't find anything on it, but finally it did exist. That's the craziest thing I've ever been to in Orlando, like the Orlando area. It's long gone. but it was
That's funny.
all cast members went there. I can't. I got to find the name of it. It was wild.
Yeah, you do. And the market, sorry, I forgot to say the market in Orlando. It's the East End Market. So it has multiple vendors there that you can go to, and it's supposed to be really, really good. The Wiki Wachi, that's like what the bar that has the mermaids that go. I'm not sure where that is. Oh shoot. I don't think it's too far though from Orlando. And I will tell you, I would be willing to drive to it just to see like the mermaids, like, right?
I would totally love to do that. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It's so kitschy.
This place was scary. Like the place I went to was crazy. Like it was so tiny and dirty and small, but it was awesome at the same time. It was like something you could have it was literally like in a strip mall's like parking lot. I can't remember, but it was like a vacant lot next to it. That's where this hut was. And it was like a little tiki bar. Like, we're really going in there? Yeah, it's awesome. I'm like, you sure? All right, let's do this. I was young and dumb back then. Anyway, all right, back to the next question. Kaylee's got one. It says, not urgent, so you're up. Christmas reveal. Hey, Mike and BOGP crew. I've been listening to the Be Our Guest podcast since the Disney Blues hit after our trip in 2023 and wish I could take 1,000,000 trips to experience all of y'all's wonderful suggestions. Thank you. Alas, we are fortunate to get to go the first week of February, and this will be surprising our 15 and 12-year-old kids on Christmas morning. I want to get your creative ideas on how best to reveal the big trip. In 2023, we had them each open a box and a balloon flew out with a card inside listing the itinerary for the trip. I'm looking for something a little more mature this time for young teens that are still goofballs. What do you got? Thank you for the mental escape to the happiest place on earth through your podcast. It's from Kylie. Ooh, dude, that's a tough one because you've already done this once, man. They're going to be in 15 and 12. They're going to maybe be on their guard because they pay attention when you're texting and when you're talking. Can't get anything past Mallory. Oh, man, in the box thing with the balloons and that's the best. So this is going to be hard. Like, I don't know. Do you do something with like a video, like through their phones, like where it delivers to them on Christmas morning, comes to them via like a snap or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, you could use Canva and like design like a video, you know what I mean? That would have like a reveal. You could even have it be like, I would do it like sort of do it like a trivia show where they have to get like certain clues to move to the next one, or I don't know.
Final Jeopardy is like the you can't have it 30 questions because it would be New Year's Day before they find out.
100%. They'd be done with it way before then. So yeah, but then you could do something like that. I mean, the other thing I've seen people do like a little scavenger hunt, through the house, which I always think is cool. So people are very creative.
Oh, they're super creative. And I would honestly, I just Google it and you're probably going to get, because with social media, you're going to get 1,000 different ideas. Because again, with the older kids, it's going to be more of a challenge because they're going to be spidey senses up really fast. But they probably do have phones and they're probably kind of, like Instagram, Snap kind of kids. And if you could like surprise them with something that came across their feed, maybe possibly, I don't know.
Oh, that would be kind of cool. Yeah.
Because that would be like where you hit them where they are at that age kind of thing. Maybe that'd be hard, but you could probably do it. All right, let's get to another question here. It is from Jeff. Let's see here. Hey, Mike, I love the podcast. My family's heading to Disney World in June. My wife and I are traveling with our boys who are 14 and 18. What are the BOGP Pod Cruise top 5 table service experiences, excluding fine dining? We're open to all locations. Thank you. All right, so let's roll off 5, excluding fine dining. So it's a good thing Scott's not here because he loves fine dining. By the way, Scott had ice cream for breakfast today at Hollywood and Vine. You mentioned that earlier. That tall. Dude, the ice cream cone, or it wasn't even a cone. It was just like a big thing of ice cream, like 9 inches tall. And that was back when I still couldn't eat. I was like, I just want to die. So just good table service restaurants. I got to give a nod to, I like Garden Grill. I mean, kind of a sleeper. It's a character meal, but the food's there, like especially at breakfast. I like that.
The kind of things I mean, Ale and Compass I think is always solid. I think that they have great food. I am a huge fan of that lemon chicken. There is something about it that is really, really good. And it has to be good because we eat so much chicken at home when we're on vacation. I typically don't eat nearly as much as as much of it, but this is so good there. So I think that's definitely worth going to.
Where do we fall on Kona nowadays? Because Kona's getting a lot of love lately over in the clubhouse. And I used to be super hot on Kona, but then it kind of fell off a little bit. Where's Kona right now?
I like it. So one of the reasons why I really enjoy it is they have, you know, a sushi menu that you can order from. And I think that that's always a good thing. But they also have more than that. They have, you know, a lot of some Asian specialties, but some more typical foods that you're going to find. So I think it's one of those places where most people can find something that they want to get.
All right, so give another suggestion. What you got?
I like Steakhouse 71, but for lunch, not for dinner.
I like it everything, but yeah, go ahead.
That burger is very good.
Oh my God. When we were all sitting around the table, I had my burger inhaled so fast. I was just looking, anybody got any left? Like I was about to take Ben's like little quarter that he didn't eat or something.
You were gonna elbow him out. I know.
If you don't finish it, I am.
Yeah, it is. And I like it too because it's so easy to, I mean, those ones on the monorail line are so easy to get to when you're right there at the Magic Kingdom. So I think that that's always a good move for that. Then think of one more location that is sort of, it's weird. The numbers of
I have one.
Good.
Again, it's one of my favorites. I mean, obviously Olivia's is my all-time favorite. That's a simple, good food, a great casual atmosphere. But I do love Beer Garden at Epcot. It's not fancy, but it's a buffet.
Right.
You get to go inside into this like Bavarian village. You get a little of the music, and I mean the food is just stinking good, and it's got good desserts
and different. It's not your typical what you're going to get everywhere
either. Like I mean, it's mid-range. Like you're not going to pay a fortune.
Yeah, I know. They have like sour braten and like red cabbage and stuff like that. And I think it's like, I always forget like how different the food is there when thinking about other things. So,
and think about it, he's got 14 and 18-year-old boys. You know how much damage they could do at Beer Garden?
Sure. Yes. Yes.
Heads up. Like warning. Bring more schnitzel.
Brats. They need more brats.
Black Forest cake. We need more Black Forest cake. ASAP. Sean Googled a bunch of Orlando tiki bars. None of those are it. I if I saw it, I would know it. That's not. I'm telling you, it is super, super, super hard to find. This was years ago. Still, when I was teaching, when I found this, like I should have been teaching. And I got in a rabbit hole trying to find the name of this place. And I remember like I started looking at it like on my break in the morning at like a 9 o'clock in the morning, like 9 to 10 break. I think I found it like after the school day ended. And I was looking all day. Like, anytime the kids were working, it's like, nope. I like Wikipedia. I found it though. And I should have written it down. No, it wasn't Tiki Gems. It had a really weird name. All right. So here, I got an idea. So we still have quite a few questions that are in the queue. How about we tackle a few more on Monday? Because Friday is going to be the Halloween special, and you've got great questions. So let's just do a double dose here of listener questions, kind of catch up on Monday. So I
don't like it.
All right, so we're going to jump out of here, and if you have questions, get them in the queue here because we love your questions. It's Mike at BeOurGuestPodcast.com, and again, your level of urgency depends on when it gets answered. Be smart about that, what you put in the title. No, we love these questions. They're so much fun for us. Drop them in, and we'll tackle those right away. Don't forget our podcast always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We're standing by to help you plan your next Disney adventure, whether it's Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, even Adventures by Disney. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon as you do that online shopping that supports our show. And thank you to our Patreon supporters. You guys are the heart of our show. You make all these shows possible. So a huge thank you to each and every one of you. You can support us as well. It's just $5 a month. It's $5 like a cup of coffee a month. And for that, you get a bonus show every week called Mike in the Midwest. So coming over this week, we'd love to have you at patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. You can follow us on the social media. I'm at beourguestmike on Instagram, x.com, and Threads. Pam's in the same spots at TMFLTPam. And let's see. You can also join us in the Clubhouse. That's our free Discord server where we have about 1,600 Disney fans talking Disney all the time. It's been crazy this weekend with the races going on. So much fun all the time. Come on over. It's beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. That's an invitation. You click on that. Boom, you're in. So we'll see you over there. And of course, tonight, we'll have the live call-in show for the Halloween special. We'll see you tonight, Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Again, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch. Tune in. Give us a call. Let's talk Halloween. That will air on Friday. And then on Sunday night, we'll have another live call-in show at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central with Scotty G. All right, got it? Quiz later. So be ready. It's a miracle I remember all this stuff.
We get to quiz you.
Oh my gosh, too much. I've only said that about 1,900 times. All right. So you guys probably know it better than I do at this point. So we're going to jump out of here. We'll be back again tonight for the call-in show, Friday for the Halloween special. Monday will be an additional listener question show and get more questions in for us ASAP. So for Pam out in Pittsburgh, I'm Mike here in St. Louis. You guys have a great Wednesday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. Don't let me forget before we just after we go off the air, I got a question about Adventures by Disney. I got to ask you before we
okay.
I meant to ask you before, but I forgot. 2787. This thing's jabbing me. Sitting in this chair is not comfortable with this thing on. I am getting a soda. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Close. Oh. Okay. So where is the next question? Daryl D. From Chit. It's like carrying a Walkman. I can't believe we carried Walkmans. Like, this is so.
Yes, we did.
No, it feels like it weighs 20 pounds. Thanks, Sean. Thanks for the question. I appreciate you, bud. All right, here we go. So this is for Monday, which will be. Oh wait, I got these numbers wrong. So wait, 89 is going to be. Hang on. So it was 87. 88's the live show from Sunday. 89 will be Friday's show. So this will be 90. This will be 90. That would bug me. 90. Getting things all out of whack. That's got a marker on my hand. Okay. I got to find the name of that bar. Okay, here we go. 90. Welcome to episode 2790 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Monday to you. Hope you had a great weekend. I had a relaxing one because Mizzou was on another bye week. Thank goodness. Couldn't take it after the last weekend, so I was glad that we got to take the weekend off. Didn't have to lose another 7 years off my life, so things are good. Got to hand out candy Friday night because our football team played on Thursday night. How? So it all works out. Not bad. So we're going to have a good time today. And guess what? Not a trip report today because we're mixing things up because of that Halloween special we had on Friday. We're going to answer more listener questions. And my buddy, Pam Forrester, co-owner of the Magic for Less Travel, is here to kick off another week. Pam, how does it feel to be on the show on a Monday? How is it?
It feels great.
I know, isn't it? It's awesome. I mean, it kind of feels just like it does on a Wednesday or a Friday.
It sort of does, but you know what? It's another question show, and I do like our question shows because they help sort of keep us on our toes, right? I mean, in terms of professional knowledge, we could treat it. I wonder if we could get continuing education credits for this.
Well, it kind of reminds me of being a sixth grade teacher, and I'll tell you why. I should not say, again, this is another one of those things where Pam, my wife, will come busting through the door like the Kool-Aid man at this point and say, just don't say it out loud, Mike. And especially don't say it with a microphone in front of your face where thousands and thousands of people are going to hear you say this. But it does remind me of being a sixth grade teacher where you get these questions and, 95% of the time we get it right. The other 5% of the time we just make it up. I mean, it's like, how do we help surprise the 15 and the 12-year-old to go to Walt Disney World? I don't know. Put something on social media. Who knows? Could it go wrong? Probably, maybe, but it could be really awesome too. Who knows? Let's see how it goes. It's not my kid. No, I think it'll be awesome. I'm still thinking about that. Like, I'm not super. That's my. You got to know your strengths and your weaknesses, right, in life. And like when I got that question, I was like, oh, I'm not creative, because some people are so. And that's the thing about social media. You see all these people always posting, TikToks and reels and stuff, and like,
yes,
yeah, do you full time? Are you creative full time or what?
Right.
Like I can't even hardly just write down like, buy a card from Hallmark and say, guess what? You're going to Walt Disney World. Like that's creative for me. Like, they'll drive around their whole state with clues. I mean, like, dude, what are you doing? Because you're super creative though.
Well, sometimes. I mean, I have strengths in some areas, but not always. I'm not like sometimes I see some of the things like that moms are doing like for their kids. Like, first of all, the lunches, the level of creativity. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like I can't believe people are doing this. But then also the things that people do for like holidays and stuff like that, this whole creative thing. I'm like, wow. So some people are awesomely creative.
See, my mom made me into who I am today because I still have the exact same lunch every day at the exact same time. I have my grilled turkey and cheese that I flip over on the stove with my baked sour cream and cheddar glaze and a couple of pickles out of the jar, a couple of no sugar added gherkins. So good. While I watch on my iPad, I watch Buzzer, which is usually like Press Your Luck or Whammy or something, the Price is Right or something. Which, I mean, I am stuck in my ways because like that's what I watched when I was a kid. So I'm still there. But my mom, we always had the same, like I have my same, you got one lunchbox a year. That was a big deal. Like right back to school, like you pick out like, is it going to be Dukes of Hazzard or ET or whatever the show was that year, did like an NFL team or something. You have your like little metal lunchbox because we were back in the day. We had metal lunchboxes with the thermos that matched.
Oh yeah.
And she'd give you like, just the sandwich cut diagonally, usually the same thing every day. Maybe like 10 chips in a little Ziploc. Wasn't even a Ziploc bag back then. It was just like a little sandwich bag that folded over. But then every day she did give us those little Debbie, like snack cakes. They're like the rolls, the logs kind of. But I still love those to this day because that was like the treat. And every day, I mean, I don't know, like growing up as a kid, you always had to I don't know, you might not have, but my mom always, and my grandma too, like you always had to have dessert with your lunch. Like there was always like a sandwich, a chip, and a dessert, the three things every day. And then your drink in your thermos.
Yeah, there was. And so during the time when we grew up, that was really the time, like I think sort of the prime time for like prepackaged dessert items, right?
Oh, and the pudding, the little can of pudding.
Yes.
The Hunts. Back then it was Hunts. Yeah. And you cut yourself on it if you weren't careful. Yeah.
Yes. But then it was like sort of the heyday for like Twinkies and Hostess and things like that. Yes.
Oh, yeah. The ding dongs were wrapped in the foil.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I'm old, dude. I remember. God, those are the days. I'm telling you, this is what Mike in the Midwest is all about. But let's tackle some questions. We're right here. It's November. Well, for you, I mean, it's full blown Christmas season at this point.
Yes, it is.
I should have started the show Merry Christmas and had on a beard and a red hat and ho ho ho.
Right.
I know.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of parallels between Disney fans and Christmas fans. I know that 72% of our audience is listening to Burl Lives today.
Yes. I mean, there's quite the crossover, and that's why when Disney and Christmas collide, that's even more so.
Which is totally okay because I want to do all those things. I'm just trying to hold back because I enjoy it so much that I think I just don't want to. I worry that it waters down if I do it for like 10 weeks, but my wife won't let me put up the trees till after Thanksgiving because just the logistics of having everybody over Thanksgiving. We can't ever fit everybody in our house, but this one in the office might have to, because I always pay Mallory to do it because I'm not creative and I stink at decorating a tree. So she always needs money. So
There you go. It's a marriage made in heaven.
The poorer she gets over the next couple of weeks, the more incentive she'll have to help me put that tree up here in the office. So let's
believe me. So we have a ton of trees. You know this, and I've talked about this, but I took very good photos this year so that if need be, I can pay somebody to do this.
Smart. See, you get smarter through life. You just figure these things like, I'm not mowing that tree. That'll be the best, like I'm going to give her, like she doesn't know this. I would give her the $100 anyway, like if she needed it, but I may as well get a tree put up anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I may as well get a little work out of it. Anyway, I hope she doesn't listen. She doesn't. All right, let's see. Daryl's got a question. It says, semi-urgent. Hey, BOGP crew. My name is Daryl, and me and some other girls are headed to Walt Disney World the first week of November. Oh, just in time this week. So excited for food and wine and staying at Port Orleans French Quarter for the first time. We're planning on taking advantage of Animal Kingdom closing early and after dinner at Yak and Yeti, headed back to the hotel for a beat, and then get ready for a fun night on the boardwalk. We're excited. I like that. For a beat. I never heard of that.
For a beat.
I'm going to start using that. We're excited to end the night at Atlantic Dance Hall. Underrated experience, in my opinion. What will be the best way to get there and back to the hotel at the end of the night? The dance hall closes way after Disney transportation stops running for the night. Last time I was staying at the boardwalk, so I never had to think about transportation. We won't have a car, but if we did, could we park at the boardwalk without a reservation of some sort? Thanks for all your help. P.S. Want to get more foot traffic at the dance hall? It's a great time, and the cast members work hard. No cover charge, amazing DJs, great drinks. Wish it could get more packed. Daryl from Chattanooga, Tennessee. And you know what? The boardwalk could be so much more. Like, it truly could. Like, they just took out jelly rolls. Like, I just feel like it needs like an ESPN sports bar. Like the jelly rolls thing, I think I don't know why it's gone. Like in the Atlantic Dance Hall, it is underutilized. It's just I feel like the boardwalk could be like a lighter version of what Pleasure Island was.
I see that. I think like because there aren't a lot of lounges that are easy to get into there at the boardwalk. Like you have the Bellevue Lounge. It's not very big. You have the lounge Abracadabra. Again, not very big. You have the Cake Bake Shop has a bar. Big River's gone.
Yeah. In Big River, like it was just it suited its niche, right? It was just like some place to walk up to without a reservation and get in and have like just food people were comfortable with, like
that
we're used to going to Applebee's back home or B-Dubs or whatever. You grab that kind of food there, which wasn't ever going to be spectacular. But that spot, man, I think you turn that into like model it after like 687 on the Disney Dream or something. It doesn't have to be like IP driven, but just a comfortable spot with lots of TV, almost like a City Works kind of experience right there. Because the thing is, it's so accessible because of the Skyliner and because of Epcot and the studios. I mean, 50% of the resorts can get there by Disney transportation alone.
Yeah, I know. And that's sort of the issue. And I think I don't know, I've heard this and who knows, it's a rumor. So who knows how much of it is true, but jelly rolls, I heard that part of the closure was because of the lack of parking that is just available at the boardwalk, because it used to be that you could park at the boardwalk lot, even if it was the one across the street, right? As long as you were going to dine at the boardwalk. But I think what happened is that ended up getting sort of abused in terms of people going there and parking and whatnot. And I have heard of people absolutely being turned away, even though they were like, I'm going to the boardwalk. Like you have to have a reservation at one of the resorts to be able to do not just the resorts, the dining locations. And if you're going to like Abracadabra or one of the other lounges, then that's not something that's a possibility. So I do not know the official on whether you can park at the boardwalk lot if you're going to Atlantic Dance Hall. I always heard of it being like, yes, you could, but I have absolutely heard of people being turned away recently because of that. So I would say probably your best bet for getting there to and from there is Uber or Lyft, something like that.
It is not that expensive. I mean, I take Uber everywhere around Walt Disney World for like $15 a shot,
Yeah.
and it's so quick. I mean, because you don't have to schedule it. You can do it on the fly. You're just like, oh, I'm walking out of my room. I'm going to schedule an Uber. And by the time you get there, boom, the Uber's there. You hop in, you're wherever you're going across property in 10 minutes and you're just done with it. It's like the best $15 you can spend. And you're safe. You can drink and nobody's worried about anything.
Agreed. I think so too. We've had really good experiences as well. So I wouldn't hesitate to go ahead and use that.
Yeah, it is one of those things though. It's because I think that's what happened with all the Skyliner resorts, that the trick is to try to get inside of that bubble, right? To where you can get access to the Skyliner, leave your car, and then you're in. And so I kind of understand why Disney polices that a little bit, because, if you're staying at the boardwalk for $700 a night and you can't find a parking spot,
it's frustrating
in the system, that's going to make you mad. I mean, it's just, there's X amount of space and they got to make sure that the people that are paying for it have access to it. So, it's hard to justify it, but have fun. So yeah, I would take Uber on that. All right, let's get to the next question. Have a good time, Daryl, down there this week. Let's see here. This one says, maybe urgent, maybe not. Open to find out.
Oh, we like that.
That works. Got me curious, because this one could be for like 2027. I don't know, but I'm
right. Yes.
I like it. I haven't had a chainsaw. It's Halloween. Oh no, it's after Halloween. I forgot, because we're recording this one before. Sorry.
We can't have Goofy with the chainsaw.
God, where you going, Goofy? You gotta put him away for the year.
Right. Maybe he's cutting the turkey.
Maybe. That's how my grandma used to do it when it stayed in the oven a little bit too long. Just kidding, Grandma. She'll put a curse on me. She had the best turkey. Oh, the best dressing balls. All right. Maybe urgent, maybe not. Open to find out. Hey, BOGP crew. My husband and I are going to Disney World in July. You got me. July. Good job. We're staying at the Yacht Club, and we're with a bunch of O's, excited to be staying here. We're going July 2 through 6, and we're excited to see the holiday fireworks, but less excited about the heat. If you were excited about the heat, I'd be a little worried about you, but okay. I know that y'all been to Disney over the 4th, and you always talk about how great it is. I'm planning on mornings and evenings in the parks and spending lots of daytime at Stormalong Bay. I would love all your tips and tricks for traveling over the 4th, especially for seeing the best fireworks. I would also like to share that when I hear Mike talking about riding coasters and bigger rides and how it affects him as an older grown-up, I feel like he's talking directly to me. I rode Guardians with my daughter in March. Reluctantly, it wrecked me for more than an hour with all capital letters and wrecked. At least I got the song I wanted, Conga. But that's the end of my thrill ride career. LOL. Peter Pan is as thrilling as I want to go from now on. Thanks for all your weekly content. I look forward to all the new episodes. Jennifer in Derry, New Hampshire. Go Patriots. I love our listeners are everywhere. And this, I love that we can share things. Some people are like, oh, you're probably so off. But I mean, it does happen. I'm not, hang on, Jennifer, I'm not all the way down to, I can only do Peter Pan. Now I can do other things. I can still do like Tron and Space Mountain. Don't put me in the home yet. I mean, come on. Now.
Test track. Big Thunder.
I have a Jeep Wrangler, for the love of God. That thing throws you around like anything. Oh, it's rough. That's probably why I'm wearing this harness right now. I get wrecked, but I just come back for more. It's just what I do. But I'm not doing Guardians, not doing Flight of Passage, not doing Star. I can't do simulators. Simulators screw me up. So, is there anything at Walt Disney World you can't do anymore, like that makes you ill?
Oh yeah.
Is it those? Is it the sim rides?
Yeah, Guardians is not. It's not even in my realm of possibility. And not only that, because it's just not worth it at this point. You know what I mean? It's such a fantastic bit of technology. I love that so many people like it. I encourage everyone to try it at least once, but it's really a challenge for me. Star Tours is a challenge for me because of the simulator and the screens, right? I'm able to do Smuggler's Run. Typically, it hits a little different, and I'm not quite sure why that is. I can definitely do Rise. Rock and Roller Coaster is iffy. Like the other thing is, and I know they're going in the summer, but things in the summer are more like when you're already hot.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that makes things worse.
It amps it up. Yeah, because like your body's already kind of working hard, and then boom, you walk. Yeah, like Rock and Roller Coaster is a good example. Like, right?
Yes.
that one you could be, I'm pretty okay, but then you walk out and the heat index is 105 and you're like, oh, geez, that was just the straw that broke the camel's back.
You're
right
like,
there,
what
man.
did I do?
How hot the studios is. And like, I was, because we used to always just go in the summer for, for years when we were both teaching. And I just remember that one night, this was in the Paper Fast Pass days, by the way. So that's how long ago it was. And this was like the dining plan days where everything, like you got the app, the appetizer, the dessert. Yeah, everybody got an app. Remember, everybody got an app.
Yes.
So, personal appetizer for each person.
Yes.
Entree, everybody got dessert, and your gratuity was covered. And for a drink, you got a shake. So I got the shake for the dessert for my drink. So I got like the meatloaf platter. I had an app. I can't remember. I think it was onion rings. I guarantee it was onion rings because we're at 50s. So it was like hotter than smoke in like early August, late July or something. Onion rings, the meatloaf platter with mashed potatoes and greens.
No.
Yeah. And then I had dessert, which I can't remember what I had for dessert, but I had like a piece of cake or something, pie or something. Chocolate shake, because I didn't know the peanut butter and jelly shake back then yet, but I had the chocolate shake. And then immediately it was our time for the Tower of Terror Fast Passes.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, that's when you're just like an idiot. Like, what was I? I mean, it was 100 degrees and you know how that humid, you say it's close. We still use that term around here. We never heard it until you said that. Like how you say when it's humid, it's close.
Yes.
You're first person ever to tell us that. It was so humid that night. Like you could just swim through the air down Sunset Boulevard to get to the Tower of Terror. It was so bad. But like, I don't know what it is. Like you like lose your good sense. Like I had a cramp by the time I passed, like when I turned right on Hollywood Boulevard, when I passed like Hollywood and Vine, like I was already getting a cramp, like from too much food. And what am I doing? I'm walking towards Tower of Terror in the summer with like 105 heat index with all food. What am I doing? But like his Disney fans were like, gotta ride Tower, man. Worst decision ever. So like, that's a piece of advice I give you. Like if you're like overheating, like check your thermometer there.
Yes.
Like just you don't have to do that one extra ride.
Exactly.
Don't do it.
Just enjoy the ambiance.
Don't eat heavy either.
Of the park.
Don't eat heavy. Yeah, don't eat heavy.
Yes. No.
But I mean, she has the best plan though, especially like, oh my gosh, Stormalong Bay, use it over the 4th of July. Also with access to the fireworks, you just walk right out, boom, you're home, you're there.
Right.
That's why you stay there over the 4th. We rope drop Stormalong Bay, so you got to watch that because especially over that weekend, Stormalong Bay will get boom, even at rope drop full if you want a chair and stuff like that.
Right. Agreed. That's the one thing I will say I do like about Stormalong Bay. There are so many chairs there. So that is a bonus. But I think, enjoying the parks in the summer is not hard. It really isn't. And enjoying the 4th of July, they've been having, the 4th of July fireworks at the Magic Kingdom available on the 3rd, typically. So we love to do that there. That's really a cool thing. Just remember that they do close off the beaches and recreation at the monorail resorts where you can see the fireworks from and limit those only for guests on holidays. And that's to make sure that the folks staying there at those resorts have the ability to use those beaches and all of that they paid for. But you can absolutely be in the parks and seeing them those days. So you may want to choose to see the fireworks over at the Magic Kingdom on the 3rd and then head over to Epcot where you'll be able to walk out on the 4th. I think that's a perfect 4th of July.
I agree. And so for the 4th specifically, our plan, when we've always been together with like the gardeners and stuff, a lot of times we'll be staying at like Yachter Beach or someplace. We will rope drop on the 4th, Stormalong Bay, and kind of chill out for the beginning of the day on the 4th. And then we'll make sure we have an ADR for like dinner somewhere in World Showcase. And so, because it's going to be packed there, and we'll make our way over to Epcot around dinner time for that ADR. Then we enjoy the evening and get ready for the fireworks at Epcot. We don't typically spend the whole day at Epcot on the 4th. We just get there. Like we've eaten at Le Chefs de France a couple of 4th of Julys, stuff like that. But make sure, I would say, have an ADR in World Showcase for the 4th, or in the park.
For sure. And make sure that you make that at that 60-day mark if you can.
Oh man, those were fun days. We had that. Remember that one year we had that big meetup before the cruise? We met so many people. That still pop up. I love that. All right. Cindy's got a question. Okay, so this one's got a lot. So here we go. Hey, Mike, Pam, Ricky, and Scott. My family of 3, myself, husband, and 9-year-old daughter are heading to Walt Disney World in mid-March. We're staying for 7 nights at Coronado and have 3-day park hopper tickets. Her must-dos are these: Flight of Passage, Safari, Starlight Parade and Fireworks, the Phantasmic Dining Package, Remy, Frozen Ever After, and the Flower and Garden Festival. Here's my question. What is the best way to strategize our park hopping to maximize our time to get to do everything we want? This is my thought, but I would love to hear your take. Day 1, Arrival, and just do the resort. Day 2, Magic Kingdom and Epcot. Day 3, they're going to go to Kennedy Space Center. Day 4, a resort day in Disney Springs. Day 5, Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. Day 6, Epcot and Magic Kingdom. Day 7, resort day. And day 8, departure day. Thanks for helping me. Sincerely, Cindy up in Toronto, Canada. So she wants to get in. Look, so let's summarize here. So Flight of Passage, Safari. I'm trying to get them by park here. So those 2, Animal Kingdom. Starlight, and the Starlight's the only thing at Magic Kingdom. So she do that at night. Phantasmic and Frozen Ever After Studios, and Remy and Flower and Garden at Epcot. So let's just kind of look. So day 1, no parks. Day 2, Magic Kingdom and Epcot. Day 5, Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. Day 6, Epcot and Magic Kingdom. Yes, that sounds like a great plan because they're spread out, and you got a more. That's what I was looking for. You got a morning in the Magic Kingdom,
right?
Hopefully, and you have the night at Magic Kingdom for Starlight. Studios obviously is at night, so you can do Phantasmic with the dining package. Animal Kingdom's in the morning. That's a good plan. Yeah, I like this because they're spread out days, like they're not on top of each other. I like it.
Agreed. I think the only thing is, at least you're in the park 3 days. It'll probably be, since you aren't going to ride everything, I think you're going to be okay. But yeah, just make sure that you get that Phantasmic dinner package when they're released so that you get it at the time that you want. I think that's the only thing because there's only certain slots available for Phantasmic dinner package. So just remember that. But you should be able to get that because you're doing Animal Kingdom in the morning and just looking at Flight of Passage and the Safari. So you have you're doing it right. I think that you have a great plan. So.
But you're going to obviously get to do a whole lot more than.
For sure. Yes.
But obviously those are your priorities. But yeah, that's a good plan. I like that.
I do too. And I think at Animal Kingdom too, there's all kinds of things you can do that really don't require, a lot of waiting in line. You have those great trails. Those you can fit in anywhere. There's the new Zootopia that's going to be opening up. So that will be, you'll be able to see that one, I bet, because the theater is so huge. It just eats people. And so then you'll be able to go in. It'll be interesting to see. What do you think? Do you think that the line for that's going to be long for a while?
How popular is that movie?
I don't know, but I don't know that it depends on that just because it's new. You know what I mean? And people,
maybe, but it's not like that's okay. There's 2 things. Like, I wonder how popular the movie is to people, but it's also not, it's a show. It's not a ride. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I wonder how many people will go by it and just say, because like me, okay, when I first started going to Walt Disney World, say like when I first started going with my family, like when Paige was little, it's like when Paige was 4, so she's like 28 now. It's like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I probably would have skipped it because I'm like, I got to do rides. Like I was in that mindset of I got to do rides. Got to go to Everest. I got to go to the safari. I got to be active. I got to be actively. And I would have skipped like Festival of the Lion King, which is a bummer because it's the best show ever. Like you don't get those things initially. I think you hit those things on like trip 3, 4, 5, and then you're like, oh God, I was missing some of the best stuff. I don't know though. I mean, because is there enough of us that it's going to jam the place down? I think it'll be a lot of influencers and stuff at first. What do you think? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm torn on it. I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I like the movie. I think it's a cute movie. I don't know. I think it's really hard to predict. I'm not great at predicting what's going to be popular and what's going to be not popular, I will say. I don't know that we are, as a podcast, great in that space. So I don't know.
Yeah, we're better at just, talking about things and just hoping. I mean, we're very optimistic about things because that's just who we are in life. But
yes,
I think it'll be a fun little attraction. But
I
I mean,
agree.
it's not, they talk about location. You cannot beat Inside the Tree of Life. I mean,
Right.
I hope they keep that because God, man, the old show was just so good. The Bug show was just Bug's Life. Was that what
Yeah.
was it even called that? What?
It's
No,
tough to be a
Be a
bug.
Bug. You already forgot. All right, so I'm so bad. But like it was just like inside, like waiting for the show with the like movie posters and everybody doing their selfies with the bug eyes. Like
Claire de Lune.
oh, so cute. That was just something. I hope it's just at that level, and I think it will be. I hope so. It was fun. That was a good old show. And some people didn't like that you get buzzed, at the end and stuff. I thought that was hilarious. I'm like a 12-year-old, I mean,
the worms crawling underneath you were the weirdest. Yeah, that's the weirdest thing. But yeah, there's lots of stuff to do at Animal Kingdom that, doesn't require that. And you can be choosy depending on how much time you have left. And the same thing because you're going to Magic Kingdom in the morning and in the evening. But I will say, yes, learn from our mistakes and try to hit some of those shows and things like that when you're there.
100%. Lister question says not even remotely urgent because it's a dopey question. You're up. Here we go. Hey, Mike and BOGP family. I'm running my first dopey in January. Thanks, Mike, for booking and inspiring me to take on dopey. And I was wondering about spectators at the finish line. Okay, a couple things. First, thank you for supporting the Magic for Less and the Be Our Guest podcast. That's what keeps us on the air. It keeps everybody happy here. So we appreciate that so much. And second, when you're at mile 22 of dopey, not my fault. Don't hang that on me. Now, when you hit that finish line, you can remember me again. That'll be fun. Like I'll give you a high five. We'll meet up after the race on Sunday. And I'll give you a big old hug and smile and high five. Mile 22. Don't be saying my name in your mouth because you're not gonna like me. But you'll get there. It's only 4 more miles. I promise you. It's awesome. But not mile 22 sucks. I'll be the first one to tell you it's rough, but we'll get there. All right, back to the question. In 2023, I ran the full and my husband. Oh, she's already running full. She knows. In 2023, I ran the full and my husband, in #1 supporter, spent the day running his way around to make sure to meet me in a ton of different locations with tons of different signs, plus a much needed Dos Equis. Go for Dos. In Mexico. That's on point. A Dos Equis in Mexico to bring with me on the home stretch. That's a good husband right there. After the marketing right there, go for Dos. After the race, I walked back into Epcot and we took the Skyliner back to Pop. This year, I'm wondering if he could possibly just meet me after the finish line in the parking lot to take me back to the run. Wait, hang on. I screwed that up. This year, I am wondering if he could possibly just meet me after the finish line in the parking lot to take back one of the Run Disney buses. Will they let him into that area without a bib, or should I plan to just meet him again in Epcot after the race? Bonus question for the group, whether running or spectating. I have one, but I can't. I don't know if I can say it. What is the best sign you've seen while on the course?
Oh my.
That's why I'm laughing. I saw, at least you don't have to run through the Blizzard Beach parking lot. That's a good one. Because everybody hates the Blizzard Beach parking lot, like with a passion. Thank you for everything you do in helping these training run miles go by so quickly. Lindsay's in Cape May, New Jersey. Oh my God, I might say it, but I might not. Let me think on that one for a second. So, the spectators can take the Run Disney buses, yes, because they are accessible via. There's like a line, there's like a no man's land line that the runners cross after you get like your nutrition box, your banana, you get your medals, you get your box, you get your water, your Powerade and all that, and then you walk through. It's at the bag claim. Once you pass that, you're no longer in the runner area, and the buses are beyond that. So everybody can take those buses back. So you can meet right there at the bag claim, like they're big box trucks. That's where I would suggest meeting, and then you can ride the bus back together. That's what I would do. It'll stink. I mean, he knows though. You're a runner. I mean, you don't notice it if you're a runner as much, but dude, I've always thought that. I see grandma's getting on that bus. I'm like, for the love of God, this bus has to smell so bad. Like, if you're not a runner, I can't imagine being on this bus. Like, it's got is gross. I mean, you're like 90 people and just run 26 miles, just dripping sweat, and you're like, somebody's like just got out of the shower sitting on this bus, like, oh my God, what do you do? I know you love your runner, but man, that's going above and beyond. Like, That's too much. Like, get off the bus. It stinks. Actually, Pam, you guys had, one of the classic signs at one of my marathons. You guys cheered over at the beach club. You had the worst parade ever. So.
Yes, worst parade ever.
I love those every time I see them. That's my favorite. It's one of my favorite signs. But I mean, have you seen any creative ones like when you've been out there?
Oh man, I have like fun stuff like hurry up because I need to get to my lightning lane and stuff like that, I think are always hysterical. There are good ones. All right. So is there a clean way you can share yours?
It's one that says don't trust something after mile 5. Let's say that, and runners know. But I'm gonna move on past that because people may be eating breakfast and runners know the one I'm talking about. But remember the year, this was probably about, God, it might be 10 years ago now. Time flies. That Steve Harvey guy, I think he told somebody they were Miss America, but then they really weren't. Like they screwed up. You remember that? Like I think he told like some lady that she was Miss America, but then
I think he announced the wrong one.
Right. And like he was like, oh wait, but you're not, right? Or something like that. Well, I think it was a bunch of the Plan Disney moms or the Run Disney moms or Run Disney, or the moms panelists. Like,
yeah.
It was like 10 years ago. It was a group of them. There was like 6 or 7 of them that went around the course, like 3 or 4 different places, 4 or 5 different places during the marathon. And they had pictures of him with just the funniest quotes. Like I remember it, like Animal Kingdom parking lot, which was on that course. That was brutal too. Cause that was like that big old parking lot. And it was like at mile 13 or something. It was like halfway. And it had a picture of his big head smiling, Steve Harvey. And it says something like, you're 2 miles from the finish line, and the one sign, like the one person held up, and then the other like the other lady would pop out next to him. Oh, wait. And it had Steve Harvey's head. Nope, it's not, you have,
oh, no,
you got 12 more miles. But I mean, they did this with all these things like 4 or 5 times. So it just killed me. It cracked me up. Like, I like people that like embrace like the current events of the time and like put a twist on them.
I think that's funny. I like ones too where they're like, I trained for months to like hold this sign,
Yeah, no, like, I just want to punch you in the nose.
So I think like that's fun. There are some good ones though, for sure. And I think too, like you're right, the ones that really embrace like what's happening out there in the social worlds they're always funnier too.
Oh my gosh. All right. Let's get to we have time for 1 or 2. Let's see. Brad's got a question. Hey, BOGP crew. We're looking to go to the world August 14th to the 20th of 2026. My annual pass expires right in the middle of the trip, August 17th, to be exact. How does that work? Would I need to renew during the trip, before the trip? Is it possible my pass would cover the entire trip? Thanks for all the years of knowledge and entertainment. Go Niners, Brad. I wish they'd just be like, well, as long as you stay here.
Sure. If you stay here the next month, it covers you.
Exactly. People would never leave. No, it does expire when it expires. So
it does.
Yeah. If you want to get into that, because I mean, that's actually happened during one of my trips. And we just, instead of going to the park the last day, we just like did a room only at Beach Club and just hung out at the Storgalong Bay that day. So
yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, what would you do if you want to go to the park? I mean, just, I guess you renew before you go.
Yeah, renew and take advantage of that there's still a little discount for renewing, right? The annual pass before it expires.
Well, I mean, glass half full or glass half empty. The discount to renew is pretty big nowadays because it's a percentage. I mean, because the annual pass is so expensive that the percentage is pretty large.
So there.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got to just look at it that way.
Yeah, or if you're not planning on using your annual pass in the next year, you could look at buying like a shorter ticket, for those days. And that's something to consider as well. That's what we've talked about this a few times, that like it used to be after there was a formulary that you used, and this is going back years and years. And that formulary has sort of changed drastically in the last few years because the price of annual pass has gone up, and it's, so you really have to look at when the annual pass benefits you or not. And I'm sure that you've done that. So.
Yep. All right. One last question. It says, question about podcast beginnings. Hey, Mike, Pam, Ricky, and Scott. We love your podcast and have been listening since around 2010. I was curious as the beginnings of the podcast. Could you spend a minute discussing the first episode? Is it available? And have you considered re-airing it when each of your current co-hosts first appeared, when their trip reports were they trip reports or other guests, and how Debbie came and subsequently left the podcast? Thanks for everything you do. John is in Frankenmuth, which I believe is in Michigan. I think Scott goes there all the time for like a Christmas store, which looks amazing. So, I mean, this one's pretty simple. Like, we started the show in 2008. March of 2008. Actually, I was toying around with teaching my kids when I was a gifted teacher, podcasting, and I found GarageBand on our Macs that we had in our classroom. I was doing a little bit of a lesson on entrepreneurship, and we were trying to figure out how could you like develop a product that you could market, but you don't have much of a budget. Like, how could you make something where you could promote it without having to like buy a billboard on the biggest intersection of the city? Or
right.
It's not like if you're an entrepreneur, most people don't have the money to buy a commercial during the Super Bowl or even during the 5 o'clock news or radio or what have you. It's really hard. The thing is, you could have a really nice product, but it's hard to get the word of mouth out, besides like putting signs like a lost dog on a telephone pole or something. But we talked about how this GarageBand had this, you could make what was called a podcast, like a radio show that you could literally distribute to the world. And all it was just an audio file that through RSS is what we use. You can send it out, and people, if they like it, they subscribe to it for free, like a magazine. It's a pretty clever idea. This was really crazy back in 2008. And so I started toying around with it, and I was a Disney fan. Like I had to find something to kind of model that I thought I'm passionate about. And I like Disney. So I just kind of came up with this around spring break that year. And I talked to Ricky. Pam and I had gotten married, and Ricky's parents were our photographers for our wedding. And I got talking to her parents. Ricky's a big Disney fan. I'm like, oh, well, it's cool. She's in my town. We could talk Disney together. So Ricky's on. She got her to come on. And Debbie, I met her through a trip report over on a big message board, and we added her. And then Pam, your story was kind of interesting because we had a guest do a trip report, and Chuck, I think, right? Wasn't it Chuck?
Yeah.
He's still out there just killing it on Facebook.
They travel all the time now.
His best life. I love Chuck.
Yeah.
But he came on, told this great trip report. It was amazing. Right as we were getting the show started, and just thanked his agent over at the Magic for Less. Who was his agent? You remember?
It was Deb.
It was Deb. Oh my gosh. It was Deb. Just saying how just wonderful it made his trip. And then you emailed me saying, thanks for letting us mention Deb and all that stuff. And I told Ricky, I said, Ricky, I'm going to ask Pam to come on our show. We need somebody that actually knows what they're doing. Like we need somebody with some cred. And then I remember, like, I called you. I've told the story before. Mallory was a baby, all crying and stuff. She was little. And like, we had this super tiny house, less than 1,000 square feet. Like, there's nowhere to go to get away from the baby crying. I called you from my bathroom, like the little hall bathroom, because I was like trying to isolate the sound. And that's when I asked, like, you come on the show, you're like, it'd be kind of fun, we really know what's going on. I'm like, we'll either do we, so we'll figure it out. And that was, almost like 16, 17 years ago.
Yeah.
We've been going ever since. But it's the thing about it is it's been fun. Like, we wouldn't do this. This is my time. I mean, this is just me, but this is my time to talk with my friends, get to talk with Pam, get to talk with Rick, get to talk with Scott.
Right.
And they're truly my second family. And it's fun to get to talk about something that escapes the everyday news of the world. If you're sick or if you're talking about stress of everything else for a couple hours, we get to talk about just the fun stuff. And you guys bounce back with all the energy and all the stuff surrounding it, the lizards, the clubhouse, the social media. It's 100% rewarding. This is like my golf kind of thing. This is my big hobby. It's so fun. And I'm so lucky that I get to do this for a living now. I mean, it's like the ultimate blessing, but I don't know, Pam, like what do you think about it real quick? Because we could talk about this forever, but just kind of give them a little backstory here.
We could. I will say, overwhelmingly, it is so rewarding to do this because I get back so much more than I put into it. In getting the opportunity to talk with my friends, and we don't just get to talk, we sort of get to see each other. So it's weird. It's like we get to meet. We get to meet once a week. Like, let's get together once a week.
Like, everybody gets in on it, which is such a cool thing, because like I'll get a text from people, like I'll be sitting there watching the news at 9:30 at night, and it's like somebody will like text me something wild about a show from a couple days ago. I'm like, God, I remember I said that. Because, like when it comes out, I recorded it 3 days before that. I'm like, wait, what?
It's true. It's just, it is the people that we've had the opportunity to meet have been incredible. The listeners, when I see you in the parks or anywhere, really, the airport, I've had people come up to the airport and be like, "Are you Pam from the podcast?" I'm like, "I am." And I always take that flight like that's first thing in the morning, so I'm looking my best. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
I've rolled out of bed. Made it to the airport.
I'm always dressed. I'm always dressed like a defensive coordinator, so it's pretty easy to find.
So, anyways, but yes, and there was a quote in the book I read like a few years ago that said, we have a responsibility to create some magic in a world that desperately needs it. And I take that is the one thing that I consider about the podcast, is that it is absolutely all of our responsibility to create some magic, to put some joy out into the world. There are so many different ways that we could look at this where we could be divisive or negative or anything else. And the feedback that I appreciate so much is when people say, "I love how positive your podcast is." And that is by design. We could absolutely choose to be negative. It's not that we don't see problems or ways to improve or anything like that. That's absolutely not it. It's that we choose to focus on the things that are positive, because there always are some. And if there wasn't, we wouldn't go there. You wouldn't go there, and we wouldn't be doing this podcast. So we just, by choice, choose to talk about the positives, or if there is a negative, to sort of give you a way to figure out how to avoid as much of the negative you can. And I think that is something that people do appreciate and people need. And I want to be part of the solution to deliver that. So I love having the opportunity to do it with my friends. I think that that's just such a fun thing. And I love that so many of you choose to book with our agency. I mean, you've been part of our successful journey. And we don't say this a lot on the podcast, but I will say we are one of the very few platinum agencies in the country. And that is a huge deal. That just shows our commitment to selling and marketing and promoting the Disney destination. So we appreciate that you put your trust in us. And, I hope that we give a little back in this space. So.
It's so fun. It is. I mean, I love doing the shows. I mean, I've over the years, I've done shows from laying on my back. I mean, this was a long, long time ago when I threw out my back. I was on painkillers. I was literally laying on my back doing a show like in the early hundreds, like 100, 200 episode. I've begged doctors in the hospital, I got to get out because I can't miss a show. That was a couple, like 3 weeks ago. I had to clean up my nose. I'm like, gotta pull that thing out because I got to get, they're like, podcast. I'm like, yes, it is super important. I'll have people without ADRs. What's an ADR? You don't know. I got to get home. I love this. Like, you don't understand. This is my thing. It's so fun. And you said it so well that, life's better when you're laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like, life's better when you're smiling. Life's better when you're joyful, because there are going to be sad times, but we don't need to bring that up. Like, everything's not perfect. You're right. But hopefully you don't come, like, I'm not going to download a show that's going to make me fired up. Right. You listen to sports podcasts and that gets my blood boiling enough. Like because they're just stating facts sometimes, but whatever. I was born into Mizzou fandom. That's my fault. But, the Disney thing, I can choose to be happy or sad. I'm going to be happy. So that's
exactly. Agree.
Okay. Hey, it's been fun having you around on a Monday. I love this stuff.
Right. I don't usually get to come on Monday because I don't really I don't do a trip report. So.
No, because you never go on trips.
I don't go on trips. I stay at home all the time.
Exactly. You should be the one doing it. If you did trip reports, we'd never have guests on. That's a problem. That would be a serious problem if we did a trip report every time Pam got back. Sorry, everybody. We're booked till 2032. Right. I know we're booked out already. All right, we're going to jump out of here. We'll be back again on Wednesday with more of your listener questions. And we just about depleted the queue there. We're pretty far into it. So leave your questions for this Wednesday show right away. Mike at beourguestpodcast.com. Email those, put your level of urgency. You will get on right away or not. We'll see. You got to be creative. All right, don't forget today's show, just like Pam said, brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. Our agents are always standing by to help you make those memories that you just crave. You love those memories with your friends, your family. It's the best times in life. We want to get you out there. Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, even seeing the world with Adventures by Disney. We're going to help you have an amazing time. And the best part, no additional cost to you. So check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link when you do that online shopping. Supports the show with every purchase. BeOurGuestPodcast.com/Amazon. And a huge thank you to our Patreon supporters. You guys are the best. You make this happen. You keep us on the air. So a huge thank you to each and every one of you. You can support us as well for just $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest every week. Coming over, we'd love to help you. Patreon.com/ love to help you. We'd love you to help us. Patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. I have a Halloween episode of the Match Game on my TV. You know how bizarre it is to see Charles Nelson Riley dressed up like Superman? It is just like, it pulls me off. Anyway, I turn off the TV when I'm doing these ad reads. As he's got like a ventriloquist doll with him. It's I think I'm tripping out here as I'm doing this show.
That's when TV was great.
You know what I'm saying, dude? That's when TV was good. Charles Nelson Riley in a Superman suit with a ventriloquist doll. I'm like, dude,
what else could you want?
Like, did they inject me with something when I took that pill? Is it leaking? What's going on? Where am I? Yeah, social media at Be Our Guest Mike. You can follow me on Instagram, x.com, and Threads. Pam's at TMFLT Pam. We want to see you over in the clubhouse. This is the nonsense that happens over there all the time. We talk Disney, we talk sports, we talk life. It's free for everybody. You got an invitation waiting for you right now. Just go to beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. We'll see you there right away. And of course, Sunday night, live call-in show. Scotty G joins me. We open up the phone lines, take your calls, talk Disney for the hour. So join us for that as well. All right, time to hop out of here. Wish you a great Monday. Glad you're here. Glad you're a part of our community. So for Pam, I'm Mike, wishing you a great Monday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. All right, let me kill the feed. Then I gotta ask a question real quick. All right, we'll see you guys later. Have a good, what is today? Nope, what's today?
Monday.
I can't see. This will be different days. I can't remember what day it is now. All right, let me end the stream.